Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unlike any other YouTube channel that showcases Pokemon Go PvP content, mine exclusively showcases Shadow Pokemon. So, if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate if you could like and subscribe.
So, let's get into today's video. I did give myself like a week off. I think I hit Legend last Tuesday and I've not played a single battle since. So I banked one set and today we did 6 sets. My first 3 sets were with Shadow Ho-Oh. I started the day around 3000 ELO and I got absolutely fucking spanked. Holy crap, that thing's hard to run. Especially in this meta where Azumeril, Lanturn, Quagsire, etc. are super common. I got wrecked. I think I went 6 out of 15. So if I did manage to beat you, I'm very grateful for you letting me pick up a win or two. But the last 3 sets, we went with my classic Skarmory Swampert, aka Quagsire Core, and we put the little flower Shadow Bellossom in the back, and I did manage to regain all my elo, and I think I finished today at 29.96. So this team is super strong. Like you know, I have hit Legend twice with the Swampert Skarmory Core, so obviously this team is going to function very well. One difference is Swampert does have a spammy move with Hydro Cannon, whereas the Quag doesn't. However, it's still super strong in this meta. I'd highly recommend it. So without any further ado, let's get into the battles. So in game 1, we pick up a fairly neutral lead. These air slashes are hitting us for neutral from the Shadow Crobat. However, these poison fangs are resisted. We are on an ABB team, so we are going to have to look to switch out eventually. The opponent switched into a Quag of their own, and you already know this flower's about to go to fucking town. We are going to eat 1 Stone Edge, so I don't give the Crobat too much farm. You're going to see that I'm going to build up as much energy as possible, and then I'm going to fire off this Leaf Blade. This Leaf Blade will absolutely one-shot about 56 million Quagsires. Much like Swampert, it is double weak to ground. Back out comes the Crobat. We haven't allowed ourselves to have too much farm. We're going to hit him straight for this Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam is resisted due to the poison typing. However, Grass would be triple resisted. They switch out now into a Hitmontop, and we have the Skarmory. You are going to notice that as a Shadow Skarmory, these counters really do start to chunk, and the opponent is going to make 2 moves. However, it doesn't really matter. We can shield this up. See you fucking later, Hitmontop, and we have 2 moves ready to go on the Skarmory. First one will grab the shield. Second one will also grab the shield. And guess what? We have a Stone Edge ready to go. So see you fucking later, Crobat. And that is going to be a GG. And thanks for playing. You absolutely love the combo play. And we are off to a winning start. Moving on into battle number 2. We pick up a kind of neutral lead against Skarmory. But obviously I'm double weak to fire. So I'm going to have to look to switch out eventually. So we're going to fire off this first Stone Edge. And I'm going to attempt to make a catch on a Sky Attack at some stage. We're going to tank this first one, and I'm now looking to catch the Sky Attack, and we are unsuccessful. They now come in with a Lanturn. This is absolutely dreadful. This Thunderbolt will near one-shot, but we will survive, and we should make the Brave Bird. Brave Bird will lower our defense, not that we've got any health left to farm anyway. You can see it does do a nice chunk from a Shadow. We're now going to have to come in with our little flower and commit to some sort of farm down, and we are looking pretty fucked in this game. The reason I'm coming in with the flower is because it absolutely does not want to see that Skarmory. We do commit to the farm down. We've got quite a lot of energy. These Dazzling Gleams are still resisted. However, they're not triple resisted like our Leaf Blades. Dazzling Gleam from a Shadow does do quite a lot. The opponent actually froze. And as I've got 2 shields, fuck it, I may as well use one here. I now switch into the Quag. We get loads of lag, which allows the opponent to make a catch, which is absolutely fucking bullshit. But as I've already made Legend, I don't really give a fuck. But Niantic, you better fix this fucking game next season. We are going to take out the opposing Quag with an Earthquake. And unfortunately, because of that, we are now going to be unable to take him out. You can see we are going to make 2 Leaf Blades. I could go straight for the Gleam, but either way, the opponent is going to shield. First one draws the shield, and you can see we wouldn't make the Gleam. We'd get Air Slash down, and this resisted Leaf Blade does not KO. So, despite the lag, we still keep it close. Moving on into the next battle, we pick up another, I'd say neutral lead, but it probably isn't that neutral, because Umbreon has 6 million HP, and our Shadow Quag definitely does not. So we try and be smart and catch a foul play. However, the opponent is staying in, so perhaps it wasn't that smart. But either way, it looks like they haven't got a fire type in the back, which is great for us. We build up loads of energy. We are going to go for a Sky Attack, hoping to draw a shield, which we do. And at this stage now, I'm going to shield up and I'm going to look to get off a Brave Bird. I highly doubt the opponent is going to want to go down 2 shields. This should be a CMP type as well, so this Brave Bird hopefully will KO, but the opponent actually double shields. Holy fucking shit. They must have a grass type in the back, which does somewhat worry me. The opponent does a nice undercharge, and at this stage now I don't want to reveal my third Pokemon, so I'm going to wait out my switch time and bring back in the Quag. We overfarm just a touch and we fire off this Earthquake to get rid of the Umbreon. Let's see what they come in with. They come in with a Quillfish. I'm not sure that is the counter that you are looking for, so we're going to tank an Aqua Tail. We get absolutely loads of lag once again. Holy fucking crap, this game was laggy today. But this Earthquake will absolutely one-shot the Quillfish, and in the back is a Caesar. So the opponent looks like a bit of a Spice Lord. We are going to shield up this Night Slash, and you're going to see the Quagsire is about to sweep this opponent's entire team. So GG's and thanks for playing. As you can see, at 2 times speed, saying Quagsire is very difficult, so we're just going to go with Quag from now on. So the Quag picks up a good lead against Lanturn. The opponent is staying in, so I count to 10. I look to CMP tie on the Hydro Pump with an Earthquake. I expect the opponent is going to bait, but we aren't taking any risks. So we shield up the Thunderbolt. Let's see what the opponent switches into. They switch into an Ariados. So because we've got such a good response in our Skarmory, I'm going to fire off 1 Stone Edge just to draw a shield. And now I am going to bring in my Skarmory. So we're going to have shield advantage endgame. This little spider can't really do a lot. If they were running Mega Horn, it would hurt a bit more, but we resist absolutely everything. So we are just going to commit completely to the Air Slash down. They are going to debuff us about 56 million times, which is super annoying and pretty boring to watch, so I can only apologise. We are going to take yet another lunge, so we're now 4 times debuffed, which is actually as debuffed as you can physically get, but we do Air Slash down. And you can see I'm already spamming out the Blossom. The opponent has a Jumpluff in the back. So Blossom, you are just going to be a sacrificial swap. We get off 1 Gleam. Does a nice bit of chip damage. I'm just going to allow this Blossom to go down. Thanks for playing, Blossom. You've done a real great job in that battle. We can now bring in our Skarmory. We have a Sky Attack locked and loaded. I am going to go for a cheeky undercharge for no real reason, as this game is effectively over. We do manage to Air Slash down. We got quite a bit of energy, so I'm going to go straight for a Brave Bird. Brave Bird will do quite a lot of damage, as you've seen in the previous battle. And I'll switch into the Quag. Lanturn cannot hold 2 moves, so once again, you can bait me. It doesn't really matter. We're going to shield it up, and this Stone Edge is going to be enough to take this game. So GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next one, we have Shadow Quag once again into Umbreon. Like you already know, as well an ABB, I will attempt to make a catch. However, this time we don't sneak an Air Slash. Hopefully this opponent does switch out, but it looks like teams that have got Umbreon don't have a fire type in the back, which is pretty advantageous for myself. This opponent does fire off 2 foul plays. We managed to allow a snarl through, not fucking fantastic, and the opponent even calls the bait. Holy crap, we aren't looking great. I'm just going to sack the Skarmory. We're going to come back in with Quag. I believe 1 Earthquake should take our Umbreon, as Shadow Quag has a pretty decent attack stat. Earthquake coming through. We're about to see, does it one-shot? We do manage to take him out, and they have a Skarmory of their own in the back. This is not fantastic. We need to align our fast moves to not let any free Air Slashes through. First Stone Edge does land. We are going to have to shield up absolutely everything, as our little flower doesn't really want to see this Skarmory. However, if we can get it quite low, 1 Leaf Blade should be able to take him out, and we will massively outpace the Skarmory. So we do draw a shield. I'm hoping once again to draw another shield. So we're going to shield this up. I'm going to overfarm as much as possible. You can see our Quag is getting super low. So if this Stone Edge does draw a shield, I might make a swap into the flower. I'm actually hoping that I can outpace them, which we cannot, but they are energy dry. So if they've got something in the back, weak to Blossom, we're in a great spot. We'll massively outpace this Skarmory, but in the back is an Ariados. So that right there is a good game. I quit. Moving on into the next battle. We see the pesky spider in the lead. So we are going to allow 1 lunge through. I'm expecting the opponent to attempt to make a catch, which they do. They bring in Umbreon, we bring in Blossom. Obviously, I brought in Blossom because it really doesn't want to see the pesky spider, and we can surprise this motherfucker with a Gleam. So, we sneak a Bullet Seed. We would survive this foul play, however, I am going to shield it up, and we are now going to go for a Leaf Blade. Hoping the opponent respects the Gleam. Let's see. Leaf Blade, they call the bait. However, we've got loads of energy. Blossom is super spammy. We now go straight for the Gleam, and it lands. Have you ever seen Umbreon get spanked like that? Probably not, but you love to see it. We now make a switch into Skarmory because we've got two great answers for Ariados, and in the back is the very, very annoying Politoad. This motherfucker spams out charge moves at only 4 mod shots. However, you can see as a shadow, these air slashes really add up. The opponent built up towards a blizzard. They do not blizzard us, and once again, would you look at that, yet more lag. So I have absolutely no idea where the energy is at now, but the opponent makes a noob play. We are around legend rank, so I've got no idea why you'd shield that. You are going to need a shield for the Ariados because you aren't going to want to eat a Stone Edge. So the opponent dumps all of their energy. We're holding on to our shield. We have now got a move ready on the flower. You can see that the opponent makes a great swap, but it doesn't really matter. Leaf Blade lands. We have going to combo play. Stone Edge is going to take him out. See you later, pesky spider. And this Politoad on hardly any HP is going to eat a Stone Edge as well. So that is going to be a good game. Well, hopefully it is if we don't get a third shield, but it doesn't really matter as we had a Leaf Blade stored. So moving on to the next one, we pick up a great lead, Quag into Mancargo. They come into a Quag of their own, and you already know that this flower is going to absolutely destroy Quag. See you fucking later. And this is where you really need to align fast moves. Back out is going to come the Snail, but due to their rock type, and they do take neutral from grass attack, so you want to throw 3 bullet seeds per 2 incinerate, so only give away 1 free turn. The opponent is getting really greedy, so once again I throw 3 more. You are now going to have to shield. Perhaps you should have just taken me out, but I'm not complaining. They shield it up like an absolute noob. Second Leaf Blade coming through. See you fucking later, Snail. And the little flower has run through the team, so that was a quick one. GG's and thanks for playing. So in the next one we see the Quag Mirror. The opponent instantly swaps out into an Ariados, so they must have a team double weak to something. Perhaps it's double weak to fire. We shall find out. But Skarmory is going to have a great time against this little spider. They are throwing Mega Horns. They're not even debuffing us, which is great for us. Let's see what the opponent comes back in with. The opponent is going to come in with a Skarmory of their own. However, this isn't fantastic. So we are not able to switch out, as I really can't allow this Skarmory to see my Blossom. So I'm just going to do as much damage as possible. The opponent is now getting quite low, so I imagine they are going to have to commit a shield to this next Sky attack, as I know a Brave Bird would take him out. So we do draw a shield. I'm hoping to make one more, and unfortunately we died just before there. So we can now come in with the Quag. The opponent has loads of energy. I'm just going to double shield here, and as soon as they dump all their energy, we're going to go straight into the little flower. So we're going to double shield. The opponent does bait us the first, and they go for Brave Bird the second time, so they are now energy dry. We're going to overfarm as much as possible, and this little Quag has pretty much nowhere to go because we outpace him to the back-to-back Leaf Blades. See you fucking later, Quag. And the Skarmory is going to get taken out with a triple resisted Leaf Blade. You absolutely love to see it, so GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next one, we pick up a lead against a really cool looking shiny Quillfish. I'm pretty jealous of that, as 1, they don't have a Shadow Quillfish, and 2, I don't think I have that Shadow. But either way, we tank a move, we go for the Stone Edge. The opponent doesn't shield, and they just let it get one shot. That is a bit of a puzzling play. I'm even more puzzled as they've got a Kingdra in the back. So I imagine you probably should have switched out, but they chose to sack it. Stone Edge draws the shield. We now come in with a Skarmory. We are lagging as per usual, but we don't have to be too worried. Octazooka doesn't do too much, and they have a Politoad in the back. So you already know that the flower is about to sweep. This opponent doesn't know it yet, but this game is G to the G. So we fire off a Sky attack. The opponent lets it go. I'm going to let this move go, and I'm going to look to just Bullet Seed down. The opponent is energy dry, but as I have 2 shields, I know this is a Weather Ball. I'm going to shield up this Weather Ball just because I've got 2 shields, and I'm not even going to bait the opponent. We Bullet Seed down. We are going to go for back-to-back Gleams. You know we love to go nukes only, because even if your Octazooka debuff me, a Kingdra isn't going to appreciate Shadow Blossom's Gleam. So here comes the Octazooka. I'm going to shield this up as well. It wouldn't KO, but we're going to shield anyway because we're not flexing right now. And this Gleam is now double debuff, but guess what? See you fucking later, Kingdra. GG's and thanks for playing. We pick up another lead against Umbreon. You know I like to catch on Skarmory. This time I'm unsuccessful. Due to Azu being in the meta, not that we've seen any Azu in this video, most people haven't got fire in the back, but you never know. So we're always going to switch out, as that is how you should use an ABB team. Eventually the opponent switches out into a Skarmory of their own, so we're not looking in a great spot. They actually shield, which is even more puzzling to me, so I'm going to allow my Skarmory to go down. Sky Attack does take us out. We have shield advantage, so hopefully at this stage we can do something. We go for a Stone Edge. Unfortunately, it wasn't the best time. We do let an Air Slash through. Stone Edge does decent damage. We are now going to shield this move up. This should be a Sky Attack. We're going to over farm just before they get to the next Sky Attack. And this Stone Edge will definitely take them out. Let's see what the opponent comes in with. I'm spamming out Blossom in case they have got a Fire type in the back. But it's actually an Azumeril. So I said we haven't seen any Azumeril, but here is the mighty blue mouse. But I probably think you should have stayed in with the Umbreon. Even though we've got Gleam, it's got a better matchup than the Azu. The opponent hasn't even thrown a charge move yet. So they've committed their last shield. I'm now going to shield up this move. It's just a play rough. They're not even on Ice Beam, so I over farm as much as possible. Leaf Blade absolutely is going to take out the blue mouse. This is probably why we aren't seeing it, because you are fucking garbage. Back out comes the Umbreon, and we've got a Gleam. So Blossom is absolutely going off. This foul play will not one-shot, as this tiny little dancing hula flower is pretty bulky. We come in with the Quag, we get to the Stone Edge, and Stone Edge is going to be enough to take this game. So GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the last battle of the video, we pick up a dreadful lead. We switch into the flower, which also isn't a great matchup. They have a Skarmory. So we are getting absolutely fucked. RPS at this stage. You can see Gleam actually has quite a lot of damage. We get to one more, but this absolutely will not take him out. So the only win con in my mind here is that our Skarmory in the back can finish this game. So I'm going to come in with the Quag. I'm going to completely sack it. So if you want to Brave Bird me, be my guest. The opponent only throws a Sky Attack. Once again, I'm still not going to shield, as it has absolutely zero play against the Meganium, especially against the Meganium that has a Frenzy Plant locked and loaded. In the back is a Lanturn, so holy crap, that is one of the worst RPS games I've lost in a long time. But those were the battles featuring the Quagsire, or Quag, as I can't say Quagsire, especially not when we're running these battles so quickly, and Skarmory Core. You can see it's super strong. They both cover each other's weaknesses so well. That's why it's been such a popular core since the Great League first came around in pre-season with Swampert and Skarmory. And the little dancing flower has some really dominant matchups like Lanturn, Politoad, Quag, etc. It also does pretty well against Mancargo, especially with Energy Lead. So this line of 3 has been super fun. I think I went 11-4 overall with it. I clipped a couple of battles out that were absolute garbage lag. I think I won 2 where the opponent completely lost connection. And I actually top left a couple of games where I lost connection because we're not chasing Elo and I can't be asked to sit there and watch lag. So if you are looking for a team to push towards Legend, I'd highly recommend this core. And I'd recommend Blossom as a decent grass type. That Dazzling Gleam coverage does come in quite handy, and especially even against stuff like Skarmory, it would free shot, so if you've got shield you'd be okay. So if you enjoyed the video, I'd really appreciate if you smash that like button, and I will see you all in the next one.